everybody, Dawn Reed here, coming to you from Sheffield Recording Studio outside of Baltimore. Let's go this way. Where right now, the Villains 21 are recording some new stuff, so let's check it out.
Lucky Seven, lead singer of the Villains 21.
My name's Ken Olden, but my friends call me KO. I play guitar and do some other things for our band.
Kenny Chaos, best drummer alive.
And I'm Dennis Bond, aka the famous DB. I play guitars.
So how'd you guys come together and win?
Well, basically, two of these guys, Seven and Dennis, they were both in another band that was from the DC area called Black Ant.
Okay.
So a lot, very, underground band. A lot of people knew who they were, and I used to record and produce them, some years ago. When that band ended, we decided, hey, they were doing some really cool stuff. I really had a lot of respect for them as musicians and writers. And, we said, let's try some new stuff together. This is about a couple years ago. We started just writing and trying to figure out a formula that would work. And think, we get a lot of people who say, oh, there must be a hip hop group or, a boy band or something. I mean, you know what I mean? Or something. They just see us. Yeah. Oh, this wasn't what I expected at all. Yeah. So we get a lot of that, and which is good. But we also know, there's always part of that. So we have to be very deliberate. We can't, we have to be very sure of what we want to sound like. So we spend a lot of time in the lab just developing our sound.
Is there a story behind the name of the band?
Villains 21, there's a whole sort of comic book background to it. So we're actually this team, we're musicians and we're this rock band, but also there's a whole comic book behind us where we're actually these super villains, kind of reluctantly, doing the right thing, but
Everybody plays the hero, and you usually get disappointed. But when you play the opposite side of it all, let yourself go, you come up with what we are. We can touch on any genre, anything.
Yeah.
By any means necessary, we'll get this job done.
Well, in the coming months, later this year, there'll be a graphic novel coming out that's based on us. And so basically the band is actually like our cover for our true supervillain activities. Yeah, so.
So we play the video for I Know You Know a lot on the show. I really like it. What's that song about?
Well, Shadi and I wrote the lyrics to that one. The main idea behind the song, and especially as young guys, we know, and probably anybody who's in the dating world, knows sometimes you'll date someone and it's okay, this person's pretty cool, but they're kind of driving me crazy. But at the same time, I don't want to be without them. But my friends are chiming in saying, "What are you, crazy? Why are you with this person?"
As crazy as this person.
Exactly. We're crazy together, and I'm crazy, and I can't take it, but I'm still here, and I don't want to go anywhere. So that song is basically saying, I know that you know that we're both insane and we're still together, and and if you look at the lyrics, it's just back and forth. Everything's cool, but everything's totally not cool at all. And probably most people can relate to that in some form or another.
Is there a message that you like to get out to your audience, either via your albums or through your live performance?
Well, the one thing, we've all been in other bands and we've toured all over the world, and the one thing that music does more than anything else, more than language or any foreign policy between two countries, music breaks down barriers, it breaks down borders. These days you just put it in you send an MP3 to the other side of the world in a second, and music's uniting the world. So really, behind everything is just the idea that we want to create something that a lot of people can feel a part of and can bring people together.
That's cool.
Yeah. We're definitely sending off a positive vibe and a positive message to people all over the world.
Yeah.
Is there any country that you want to play?
I'm actually interested in playing on another planet.
Yeah.
He wants to be in a satellite, Russian satellite right
I'm
here.
with you. Mars. How about the moon? Can we be the first band to play on the moon?
Yes, do it.
I think the Cardigans are that.
Well,
Is that who it was?
I'm thinking about Amsterdam for the obvious reason.
All right, so you recently put together a collaboration of all your past EPs in the EP collection.
That's right. That's right.
And I know I really dig a track on there. Was it Birds in Flight?
Ah, yeah.
What's the story behind that song?
That song was written by the famous DB and myself.
He came to my house. I had some riffs, and he was talking about some birds in flight. And I was like,
So what's that about?
what's that about? So then he read the lyrics to me. It was all cool. And then I finished the song, took it in the studio, got it done.
When you're with somebody, you know, and you don't want to be with that person anymore, but you can't walk away, you know what I mean? And that person is just about to fly off, you know what I mean? You wish you could be just like them, a bird in flight, you know?
Yeah. All right, so you're recording right now.
That's right.
Is this an album, another EP?
Well, you know, right now we're doing 4 songs. 2 of them are Beatles songs.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had an idea to really sort of, as a band, just like look and dig around and see other amazing rock bands. And you know, for me personally, like going and kind of deciphering some of these songs and then transposing them to the kind of sound that we have. I'm also you know, I'm a Beatles fan for, you know, since I know what rock music is, but also I never learned the songs. It's pretty interesting, like very subtle songwriting and timing and progressions. And so for us, it was kind of a treat.
What does he care?
We're doing a couple new ones. They're a little darker than some of the other stuff. And for some weird reason, this batch of material ended up being just a little truncated, a little more than usual. So kind of short and sweet. A lot of power, a lot of guitars, a lot of loud drums. You know. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I like loud drums.
Yeah, this guy like, we didn't have an option. Yeah, he wouldn't let us do the quiet
That's all
stuff.
I'm really about is loud drums. I don't play soft drums. I'm sorry.
There won't be any balance anytime soon.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I always like to find out what everybody's listening to. So you got any artists you got on repeat right now?
I'm listening to that new Deftones.
It's not like hot off the presses, but I've been listening to a group called Autolux a lot lately.
Well, I've been listening to my buddy's band, A Place to Bury Strangers
I
from New York.
love them.
I'm always listening to Dave Grohl. So big shout out to Dave Grohl. Love that guy.
That latest Alice in Chains record,
Yeah.
I was really impressed. I was an old Alice in Chains fan from, you know, before the first album came out.
You know, our CD just came out, and I'm still listening to that, to be honest.
I've been listening to a lot of Judas Priest.
Sweet.
the camera like explodes.
We're the Villains 21, and you're watching
Strictly Global!